Ajit, another short case we had, we received is case of a small 7 years old girl. She had this disease in December, beginning of January, and has a subfebrile temperature during the month. So the whole month after, she had 37.1 till 37.5. Normal temperature after sleep, after eating, after breastfeeding. And her mom is very anxious. She has a wildest fear about health of girl, and our colleague asked what to think about other than tuberculinum in such case.
It is a very good rubric for subnormal temperature. This is a coldness, lack of vital heat, fever during. So when the body has become cold during heat, then this is a rubric which contains more than 60, 70 remedies. Out of them, you will always find uh, not only tuberculosis is a remedy of choice here, but you will find thuja is here, sepia is here, sulfur is here. Then you have out of the Kali group, a wonderful remedy for subnormal temperature during fever is Kali arsenicosum, probably because of the dominance of arsenic over potassium. Then you have two natrums in this rubric, natrum muriaticum and natrum carbonicum. You see this carbonicum element is always for coldness, either as a cation or as an anion. Physical killer carb, ammonium carb, aurum carb, magnesium carb. Coldness is accompanying the carbons as such. Of course, this cannot be categorized therefore as a natrum carb as a carbon remedy, but there is a weak carbon which is associated with the natrum, which exhibits the symptoms, which exhibits the symptomatology at different levels. Take for example, with all carbonicums, you always get more sensitivity. So the system becomes extremely sensitive to many stimuli. Let us take natrum carb for example. If you look modalities of headache, so you will find it has so much modalities that you will find that everything from the universe comes into as aggravating factors for natrum carb in headache. The same is true about natrum carbs gastrointestinal tract, dyspepsia, then the lower abdominal symptoms about colonic symptoms, then enteritis, diarrhea, distension of abdomen, pain in abdomen, food allergies. So you will find that the whole issue in carbonicum is that of sensitivity, and then comes weakness. All carbonicums are weak mentally as well as physically also. So these are the issues. If we have some basic ideas about cation and anion and the radical and the mixture and the compound and the symptoms together, we can have a better grasp of what is happening, why the symptoms are there, why this symptom is present, for example, in natrum carb, why ammonium carb has coldness of extremities more. It is doubly, no? In ammonium carb, which is a remedy for post-influenzal cough also. So the issue is ammonium deals with nitrogen cycle in our body. And then you will find hypoxia, you will find a lot of load over the system. The system becomes extremely weak. So the immunity is so weak that he has no power like carb-v even to cough. So from ammonium side, the weakness comes up. And from carbonicum side, also the weakness comes up. So it is a double weakness coming up. So you will find the same theme of double weakness, which is described in our absolute materia medica in Kali carbonicum also. Because all potassiums, they get exhausted because of disease, because of acute severe episode, or because of the chronicity which is involved. So there are many insights, many you see entry points. So as a homeopath, if you know these entry points, you will have some conceptual understanding of Mathematics. Mathematics study is of two types. First, based on hard facts, which have come up from the proving, and then conceptualization, which is also very important to understand the symptoms coming from the hard data. So hard data and then conceptual data make up the study of Mathematics much more applicable. You cannot practice only on the basis of proving data because there are huge limitations. If you have a conceptual association, then you are in a better way. But only conceptual problems, only imaginations problems, only doctrine of signature problems. Because then your remedy is based upon what you think as a homeopath. So a lot of subjectivity of a homeopath, imaginations of a homeopath come up in the prescription. We don't want it. We want reality to be understood and logical concepts to be derived as a transition. Then we are at both levels very rational and scientific. And I think this is a very important way to understand Mathematics and its application. Yeah.
So let us integrate
Yes, correct.
data from all levels together.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajit.
Yeah.